Gutes tun fürs Klima. Grün, nachhaltig, CO2-neutral.
Hey, Jay, I have some. Good day. Okay, that was a nice fail at the start. Okay, today I have some new music. Now I'm playing this over Spotify, and right now there's some advertisement going on. Should you have to go to switch some kind of to some other kind of method? I think I will next time do it on YouTube or something. But whatever. I was just getting sick of Twitch soundtrack. Music by Twitch. They've a nice library with a lot of music, and I really like to listen in. But man, after 2 weeks of hearing the same music over and over again, they don't have enough songs for you to listen to them repeatedly, because I think they maybe have 30-40 songs, and you're hearing the same songs again and again and again and again, and it's driving me crazy. So I'm trying to get some new music, tried some new options for copyright free music, but they're all very much pretty much not for free. It's really hard to get to music which is not for free. You can just go for some people that you know, some artists are just allowing everybody to use their music, but even then it's not always that convenient. So I'm just trying out some VGM video game music artists who say they are free, and hopefully I will not get copyright strike for that. Also giving credit to that. So aside from that, yesterday I didn't stream. I did actually feel uncomfortable with the background that I had here. And what I was doing is I tried out a lot of new options here for the background. And you can see that I've worked on this shader right here, and you can adjust the brightness, and this multiplication only affects the light. You can't see it right now. Let's put it a bit lower. Oh, I think you have to clamp it. And now I can multiply only the light sources. So this is how I filter out only the light sources and then multiply them. So this is not finished yet, but this idea is, now I have a grayscale background, and the idea is I was thinking, what do I do with this? How can I make this useful? Now you can, with a grayscale background, say the brighter values should be in one color and the darker one in another, and you can do this in the editor. Like here I have this color addition. Let's see what this does. It does nothing actually. We have to turn on the alpha. Okay, a little bit surprised that this does nothing. Okay, maybe have to see later how this color works. It doesn't seem to work. I've tried to do the same thing with the moon, and if I go into this moon material right now, I can really select a color, and now you see the moon is glowing in this color. I think it's subtracted, right? Oh yeah, I set this to the negative value, but set it to a positive value. Now you can see that the glow actually uses a color. I can just go and change the color on the fly, which is nice, I guess. I'm setting up the moon. So later when I'm going back to the background, this will be amazing. No, I have no idea how this will look, but let's hope for the best there. And aside from that, there's a lot of things that I was thinking about. How do I make my game look better? And this is really something a lot of development time is spent with, just thinking about how do you make your game look good. And it's absolutely not mandatory. It's important. It's absolutely important that your game looks good. And first, then I was looking at a lot of tutorials and watching Gamescom indie booth like there, and I saw games, and I think one of the things that I just was missing is not enough background layers. They're not that costly to do, time costly to do. They do take their time, yeah, but at the level I can draw them pretty quickly, and if you don't go too much into the detail, you can do amazing stuff without having to apply any kind of shader or something, because we already have a parallax effect there, and we can build upon that and improve that. So this will be one task that we will be focusing on. So a lot of new tasks have sprung up just by trying to make this game look good. You can see these edges right here. There's not too much stuff going on there, and some areas in the game really suffer from that there's not enough stuff in here. It's looking empty. Now, I'm a single developer. I'm mainly a programmer, and I'm going to make my game, and I want my game to be focused on combat, and I want the combat to carry. So that's something that I cannot fully invest in right now. Also, time pressure. People might say, yeah, you can, if you can work hard, you can do anything. But in the end, I don't only have so much time, and time and money is a valuable resource even for me. Yeah, I cannot spend months making my background, so just have to do this on this weekend. So I'm actually really late, and I've started drawing. So you can see this leaf here. Let's start with this leaf. This leaf, I could, yeah, that was a little bit stupid here. I could just show this leaf. Okay, this leaf is a particle, for example. I just want this leaf particle to fall from the trees. There's an area where there's trees, and I just want this leaf to fall from top to bottom, and maybe swing around a little bit, see it flying down. That's all I want from this. Yeah, so I think that's a nice start there. I actually also got an idea. I think this leaf looks fine. I have an idea of what kind of colors that I want to go for. Now I could, of course, maybe use some corrections like here. Maybe go for a little bit less color. Oh, that's darker. I also have to apply it to the whole picture. Do I do that? Here. Can take the whole group and desaturate it a little bit. So we want to go for a little bit for not too bright colors. And what most games do is they would just go for really bright, shiny colors, but I don't feel happy about that, because the game that we are going for is actually more dramatic, and I don't think that that high saturated colors are going to look good when you're killing people. So I don't want to go all the way up. So with this situation, you can maybe make this good, like here. Yeah, I think just a little bit. Just don't overdo it. This is too much. This is like the leaf is already dead. Okay, this is what I like, and this is actually the normal setting. So I wouldn't change too much, so I can remove this effect here, because I don't think we will change too much here. I think this color is just fine, so it's not oversaturated. Then I did this drawing here, and you might see say, hey, this drawing, it looks nice, but it looks a little bit different somehow. But because this is not really a drawing. This is an actual real leaf. I'm going to show you this right now. I did there. You can see this. This is, if I remove the outlines, this is actually a real leaf. And then I tried to, without these outlines, this is a starting point. And then I tried to make this look like a real leaf, like a drawn leaf. This is with a lot of effects work and watching tutorials how to make something look like a drawing. And there's a lot of steps that I tried here to make this then look like a leaf. How did I do that? I think I decreased this opacity, yeah. But then I was like, yeah, that's nice, but what if I just take this and draw it like this? And I was like, with the outlines, this looks so much better than the generated leaf. So normally I'm totally as a programmer into procedural generation, but this took me less than 5 minutes. Just drawing in some highlights and some shadows by hand. It looks much better. And now let's compare to this drawing here, and you can see that, okay, this drawing has more detail. Yeah, it's still a little bit better, but it's getting closer there. And you can actually, if you now use the photo edit and the drawn leaf, you can blend them together like this, and now you have a really nice leaf. That's it. And I think now, even if I don't use this drawing here, but only the leaf drawing, for some reason the outlines are too small. Let's fix that. So like this, I think this looks much better than just the generated version. Which one do I like more? I think this one fits more the original drawing. And this has nice shadows. Yeah, that's hard to decide. I think the light in this instance is better. I think the shadows are better in this instance, but I don't like the light that much. So I can just say use this and maybe go a little bit between those two. Okay, let's see. This, or this. Yeah, I think this is the best middle ground. This is definitely better. This is better than this. But is this better than this? Yeah. Okay, so let's go for it. Now, why am I talking about this weird stuff right now and taking so much sweet time? We don't have much time. We don't have time. We don't have time. This is how we can actually generate a lot of photos. So what did I do today? I was going out and photographing a lot of things in the nature. Like, you see this? This is just random leaves that I picked up from outside. I don't even know the names. I should I know the names. No, everyone, this is and that you know which leaf is it. I don't have to tell you. And you can see there a little bit wet because I was putting them into water so they don't dry out that fast. Didn't work for every leaf. And then I had to import them with iPhone, which is something that is actually very hard to do, but you can kind of hack the procedure. Apple wants to use their crappy apps for that. Don't do that. You can actually go around it, create a server, and just push on your shared network folders. It's much easier there. It's something that is in the iPhone because it's a Unix system. I think Apple, if they can, they will remove features like that just to force you into using the crappy hardware software. So here we also have some leaves. We have to filter out the white parts. This is also why I think drawing over this will be much better than trying to apply a filter. So collected a lot of stuff here that I just did go around. I was actually running and I just picked up stuff that I found interesting. This is actually a rock. This rock is really this big, and but this one I picked up not today. That's not from today. I usually use this rock for sound recording. So this rock is, I lay it on the ground and I just smack some stuff on it. And it sounds, it makes sounds that I can use far better. This is a small rock. So, but if you zoom in like it and say, oh, this is such a big rock. Yeah, I don't think anybody notices and it is actually so small. So it's a nut. I don't think I will use a nut, but I just found it interesting. Some more stones. And you see they are all on this blue mat. Makes it just way easier to filter out the background. I'm not so sure if it was a good idea to photograph them with flashlight. It makes the object much easier to distinguish later. And maybe filter something out from that. I'm not too sure if it was a good idea. Now, some branches. Yeah, I forgot about this. We could add some branches. Now, the original idea was, hey, well, not just branches. What you find in nature is, you look around, you find so many branches. But then I was thinking again and like, yeah, branches are nice, but they're so small. I can't have anything on the ground in the game and have them dynamic so that you can push them around. First of all, it would be a lot of physics, I don't think the performance would suffer from it, but it could be. If they would have a chain reaction, it could really take a lot of CPU. The second thing that I noticed why I don't think branches would be good if you could push them around. If you go over a pathway and push around some branches, you expect the player the player will expect that you can interact with them somehow. So what I want to do with this is you look like this on it. Yeah. You can take this as a blueprint for a tree. And in nature, what do you find in nature a lot? Trees just everywhere. Just there's a lot of fallen trees and they're rotting there. And this can be a really good template for that. So you can use them for bigger as templates for trees. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if this part here at the top, this part, if this is a roof, like, can you really distinguish this from a tree? Well, if you're studying biology, maybe, but if it's a drawing, really hard. So also one trick is how to make a lot of pictures here. This is a same branch as this one. I just turned it to have more photos. So in the end you want a lot of doodads. And this is just random stuff. Don't think we can use. I think it's dirt. Yeah, this looks like dirt. So this actually was growing on one of the branches, but unfortunately I think I didn't see this here. I think this is dirt. I got to remove that if I want to use it, and I just was randomly making a photo from that. Maybe it would be useful. So really interesting what you can find in the nature. And yeah, I was running around there picking up all of the stuff, and I just thought if somebody just notices right now, and I'm picking around some stones and put them all in my pocket. This is maybe a little bit crazy. I don't care. Can't care about that. I don't have time to care about stuff like that. And yeah, I think these pictures are really nice. A really nice start to get some doodads. Let's see how it's pronounced. So the people call this doodads, I think. Just random stuff that you add to your game. I'm googling it in a translator right now, how to pronounce it. A lot of people don't know how to pronounce that.
Doodad.
A doodad. Okay. So they will be doodads in the game. So okay. So I picked them up, and this actually is, if you look at this is this picture here. Now I mirrored it. You maybe notice that this is the same picture, and I applied some filters to it, and in the end I thought to myself, okay, fuck this. This is not working. Just draw over it, just like you usually do. That's done in 4 minutes, and it's much nicer and much cleaner than trying some crazy filters until it looks like a nice drawing. And then I compared it to this leaf, and this is actually only drawing. This has no template. And I just thought, okay, if I just draw this, and I did draw this in half an hour or something, Yeah, I can be so much faster if I do this. Okay, so dream will be a drawing session, I guess. And yeah, let's get started. So, I got my drawing tablet in front of me. I will have to set up the camera a little bit different soon, because this will not work. This because I'm going to stare at my drawing tablet. So how do we do that? Let's take the camera. Oops, and new setup. Hi. So, okay. Let's go and draw. It's a little bit weird looking at the camera right now. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So I'm going to take my drawing pen. My nice glove. Drawing glove. And now we're ready to go. So we want this leaf later to be used in the game, so we have to import this. You see, there's not a lot of stuff here. We need to fill all this area here, this empty space, with more vegetation. And I think I just talked about this. Hey, maybe I can make glow effects, making the environment a little bit blowy, so it blends together a little bit. But no, I tried out a lot yesterday off stream, and it just didn't work. And I was like, no, damn, how do I do this? Okay, so we now have this leaf. This is the leaf that I experimented with a little bit. And let's save this. And the next thing is, I actually did a lot of templates already. Yeah, I thought like, hey, tomorrow is just going to be a long drawing session. I'm just going to draw them without any template. But let's be honest, to just pick up things out of nature so that I can draw them is maybe just epic. It's just epic to just pick real things. Now these are all empty Photoshop files. They only contain layers that I did set up for to draw, and then I simply copy pasted all these Photoshop files, and I actually wanted to draw them. And the thing that these photos are now giving me, I don't have to draw the outlines every time. I can just generate at least the outlines. So and the rest will be drawn, and maybe there will be a little bit of mix between the real picture and the drawing. Just like here, there's a little bit randomness added by the original picture. But let's not overdo it. So, what else do we want to do with this? Now I've saved this as a nice Photoshop file, but I actually need this in the game as a PNG. I could export this as a PSB, but I don't need to. I don't want all the layers. It's too much information, and it would just eat too much file size. So, to have this in the game, you see we have no end to the leaf here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reduce all the layers to one layer. And I will go for two variations of this. One will be the long version. So this one. Let's maybe make the eraser a little bit longer. Bigger. Bigger is sometimes better. So this way, I'm a little bit worried if you put it here right into the stones, this way I hope it will blend in better. So let's save that. Vegetation 1. Short. No, this is long. This is a long version. Sorry. Okay, long. Okay, this is the long version. PNG. Save it. And then I would want to do the same. This time I'm going for the short version. See, did I? No, I didn't erase everything. Come on. Okay, now I erased everything down here, and oh no, this wouldn't work. I think with this, I think the lower part of the leaf has to be longer than this part here, so it would actually seem like it comes out of the ground or something. We also have to draw some kind of brushes. No, bushes. So this is a short version. And before we do this with all the other pictures, and I think, yeah, this would be awesome. Let's test it out in the game. So let's create it for background. Now let's go into maps, create a new folder, and call that Doodads. Yep. So now we have our Doodads folder. And now let's try to find our Doodads that we have created. Oh, I didn't mean to create a new PSV there, that's useless. PNG. Okay. Now after this PNG short and long, let's drag them both into the game. And let's just see what happens. If I drag them in, okay. I think it applied them to the tile map. It's not what I meant to do. Oh. What did you do? Damn. Now what I meant to do was doing this. This. Okay, let's turn off the lights. So you can see what we are actually doing. Now let's drag them down here. Choose a different layer. And let's see how they could look. In fact, I put this here. Yeah, if you do enough of them, it would work. Now, if you put a single one of them here, it won't work. Actually, I won't use the scale. Let's scale them down a little bit. Maybe to 0.5, half the size. Yeah. Maybe 2.5. Yeah, I think this would be a nice size. And you can just put them here, here. Maybe rotate them a little bit. There's also a brush. A brush? Yes, a brush where you can randomly apply this stuff into your game. So I don't need to spend too much time on this. But if you look like this, oh damn. Yeah, you know, now see. I mean, it just naturally looks bigger because there's because there's two leaves now. I mean, they're not doing much, but it looks much better. And we can, if we just now go through all these nature photos and draw them, it's gonna be much better. So yeah, that costs time, but it does not cost a lot of time, and the benefit is just very, very high, because in the end you have to populate your game with something, and I'm just not very confident in my first level. I look at my first level here, and let's go to it. Let's see the first level. And let me, I myself have to convince myself now if this is good or not. Yeah, you start this level. I really like the time map here, but this is one of my better ones actually. So a lot of time maps haven't aged too well. For example, this time map, it's okay, but it hasn't aged too well, to be honest. And then you go up here, learn some stuff. The user has to, in this area, I need to have a good background. So the only Doodads I could spawn in here, put in here, is some stones, and I will put in some gray stones to populate the environment. So now then you jump down here, and you see this looks a little bit too straight. Thankfully, I said this is one of my better time maps. Thankfully, this has a very nice randomness to it, which is not too much, so that in game this won't be a problem, so that you can't stand on this. But it's artistically, it's much better than just going straight down. And then you will have your paths here. See, just not much of randomness. And this is just the part. Okay, here's a scene happening. That's good. How you get explained a lot. That's good. And then you go to this forest area. Not too convinced that these trees are good, but I guess I need to use them. But I've drawn them, and I will just use the tree branches, put them in front of these trees here to increase the amount of stuff that you have going on in this forest here. So you start in this forest, but this forest, it's not populated enough. There's not enough stuff going on. And what I really don't like is this ground here. This ground looks too boring. If you're going over it, you have this grass, and this is a nice variation, at least on top. The ground without the grass doesn't look interesting at all. So you can go through this. And there's nothing else than this one grass doodad that's placed everywhere as a game object. Okay, here we have some barrels. And that's okay. This area I actually like, because this is like you go through a grass field, but it's on only one kind of variation. I think the gameplay in the first level is okay. It's not too complicated. You actually can get rewards if you're exploring. For example, you go up with this platform. You don't see that there's a soul right there at the left, but if you jump on this platform and fly with it over here, you can get a soul. And these are actually like the lives in the game. So yeah, that's nice. And that's it. And the other levels, the early levels, are working like this too. So let's go through the next level, but a little bit slower, faster, sorry, because we don't have time forever. This one is a cave, and the plan here is also not enough in variation. Gameplay is fine, but the environment looks a little bit dull. The plan here is to at least some kind of rocks in the background, and some cave rocks, so you have something to distract you from the actual dullness of this area. So, and then you get outside. So we will apply the same rules outside here as we have in the first level. And let's get to the next level, level 5. I think level 5 is just a mountain that you climb up. And there's the problem. You can now add a lot of vegetation on these platforms, and the background just looks a little dull. So I want maybe to have some rocks get into this area. And I have to be careful how this can look, because this can look a little bit weird in a lot of ways. So the safest route would be to just spawn them behind this platform here, like here. So you can't see where they're coming from. But if you just put a rock here, you wouldn't see why there's a rock and why is it not falling down. Could look a little bit weird. We'll have to experiment with that one. Maybe it will work with the just fading transition on the bottom part of the rock, but I'm not convinced that it's possible. Maybe it's not possible. No, I skipped level 6. Do I need to go back? Yes, I need to go back, because level 6 is the first castle level. And for that, I actually don't plan to make any additional doodads. And this is because I think the time map there will carry it a little bit. If you look inside, this is nothing where a lot of doodads are required, because the environment is a little bit better. And I don't have enough ideas what I could do within this kind of environment. This is just inside of the walls. Actually, there's a foreground, and it's also uses its own time map and effects. So I think in this instance, I don't need too many doodads. No, I don't need them. This is fine. Then the same goes for the next castle. I still need to kind of fix that this tile map is sharper than this one. And explain this. Also need to test this out, if this is actually only editor or if it's also in the game like this. Because if you look closely, these tile map parts look sharper than their surroundings. It's not supposed to be. Okay, that's okay. So, okay, I think I have I'm through most of the important variations. Let's look at the human hand. I think in the human end is also cave at the beginning. And then you're going to the desert. Yeah, maybe. Maybe later. Because you only have one level in the desert, and it will be a little bit too hard for me to. No. Maybe very much later. Because this is not that important as a level. Unfortunately. We'll add some rocks at this part. But I already made this tile map only for one level. It looks a little bit dull in this part though. No, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, I would actually like to add some sandy rocks here. Maybe we can just color some rocks and add them here in the sand later. That would be a nice idea. Just to have something. It would be a little bit too lazy if you don't add anything here. Aside from that, this is fine because it's already a one-time only event that you go through a desert, and that also means you can't put too much effort into just one level, which is also a level that you can only play at certain circumstances. And yeah, I don't have the time, so yeah. Okay, let's go. More vegetation. First of all, let's close this. Let's leave this open. Leave this open, yeah. Okay, then accidentally created one vegetation PSD there. Let's open the next photo. Okay, first I'm going to shrink this down. Hey, shrink this down. Okay. The next thing is we don't want to have a 3000 pixel wide and height picture in the game. It's taking too much space, and you will never see the leaf in this big. It's unrealistic. Actually, this is 100% and it's already too big. Yeah, so I don't think we need it to be in this size. Sure. Let's go for half of this size. Yeah, this is already too much for the game, but well, no. I'm going to work in 500 by 500 because I can draw much better. Okay, now let's get rid of the blue part, this layer. This. I have to find a... Oh, this is good. Now you see there's some areas here, right here, that I don't want to cut out. So what can I do? Oh no. So let's first reverse the selection. I can make the selection bigger and then smaller again. This will actually work like a filter. Now all the small holes inside of the selection that I had are gone. Unfortunately, that's not good for the edges. So let's go back to this step. Let's try this again, just with less extension. No, I'm not happy about that. Okay, last try. And after that, I'm going to do it by hand. Yeah, and the rest has to be done by hand, but that's quite simple. Fixing a thing right here, right there. Some holes. Now they're gone. And here, the final part. Filter that out. Okay. Let's maybe try to get rid of the shadow here. Can we? Not really. Maybe filtering too aggressive. Come on. Okay, this is fine. Now what we have here is we only have the leaf, and oh, actually I can reverse the selection, delete the rest. We don't need that. We could also do this with the mask. I don't have any benefit from that right now. Let's copy this layer. I think this Control J. Yeah, Control J. This will copy the layer. And what we are going to do now is we are going to take this here. We're going to need this as template just for the color. Put this to the corner. So we are using this as a template and selecting the colors out of this, so that we in the end will have a cohesioned art style. So you might wonder, here are some holes in the leaf. We actually do have to filter them out. Because that's not good in the end result. At least if we want to blend the original picture with the drawing that I'm going to make together. Okay. And there shouldn't be any blue parts. No, aren't. So this still has these holes inside, and you might say, why? Come on, this doesn't look good at all. Filter them out. What are you doing? And I'm going to select this, go and fill it with the color. And for this, I'm going to use the. Oh no! What did I do? What did I do? Send? No. Help. This is some window mode. Oh no, there's a shortcut. I pressed the wrong shortcut. Oh no. This is unfortunate. Whoops. Okay, let's Google this. Dot stuck in full screen. Exiting full screen mode. Control L. That doesn't work. Ah, that was it. Okay, no shortcut standing there. I think there's a shortcut that I pressed. That's not the first time that it happened. So now I should have picked a color here. And I'm going to fill this leaf here just with the color. Now this is my base color. And I want to have some... What's this here? I need to erase this. I erase all the parts that are sticking out. Let's make a shadow. This. So in the game later we want this black outline to be there. And now let's erase all the parts that should not be in the game. This kind of small just that you have to do so it looks nice later. And now I'm going to make this into a new group. And I'm going to call this group. Yeah, that's a creative name, I guess. And this is a color. This is a base color. And I'm going to create two shader layers. One for dark, one for light color. And above all of them, I'm going to make an outline layer. This no, I can put this. No, this needs to be outside of the group. The outlines layer is outside of the group. The outlines, they will be all these lines here in the leaves, but only the thick ones. So let's pick a pencil. It's a little bit similar to what thickness the outlines are. Yeah, that's fine. Need to adjust my microphone somehow so I can talk. Can I make you maybe on top like this? That would be nice. Sir, can you come here? Okay. I think this is cool. Yeah? Okay, we're good now. And yeah, now let's follow the lines. Doesn't need to be accurate, but now people will see, oh, this is actually this kind of leaf that everybody knows the name of. Yeah, you know what I mean. Exactly. Okay, now we have a foundation, what we can work with. And instead of picking this color here out of this leaf, I actually like to just put the opacity of the pen to 10%, make it a little bit bigger, and start drawing. And I now want the light to come from this side here. This side here. So this part of the leaf would be a bit darker. Yeah, just like that. Maybe add a little bit more dimension to that. And now I'm going to think here you would see a shadow. Do this 3 times. And be fast. We need to do this with a lot of leaves. So don't overthink it. Now it's time to produce. Ooh, where should the shadow be? I think it would be like this. Between those two. Or more at the top. Okay, this is a very simple design. Now I'm going to apply light colors, and I'm just using white color, but I'm not finished. I'm going to adjust this a little bit later, but this is just the starting point. We need the starting point. Let's start here. And this is still way too shiny. And you see, we are getting somewhere. This is actually way better. And now I'm going to change the mode, and now you can see that it actually multiplies with the color much better. You have a nicer effect right there. This is what I really like to do. Now I can go overboard with the white parts a little bit because they look different in this mode. Yeah, I think this is fine. Now go for the final touch. This is called leaf stalk. The leaf stalk here should have a different color. Shouldn't do this for my other object. Whoopsie. Oh, need to make sure I'm only in this layer. This is why masks are actually not bad. Yeah. Ooh. And now I'm going to make my last adjustment, which will be I can now blend in this leaf with this leaf. But let's copy this style insert it into the other leaf. Now we have the same problem that there's still some unfixed pink pixels around the leaf. To fix that, and now I can just blend those two together a little bit. I don't like that. Okay, what can we do about this? What can we do? Can actually go for this layer here and apply some filters. So let's go there. Let's save first, because there is actually a chance that this will crash the Adobe Photoshop editor. Let's call this Vegetation 2. No, very creative name. And now I'm going to use this filter gallery. And now you see, this is how you can actually make the original leaf look like a drawing. I actually experimented with this a lot today. And now you can see, can kind of apply some filters to it. Let's first try to separate the colors a little bit, so it's not that rough. Yeah, now if we blend them together. It's a little bit better. It's still not enough. That's not enough. I also think this leaf, the original leaf, should be over the drawn leaf. Look at that. I think that's enough. That looks like a final leaf. Let's compare to the template. Yeah. I think that's okay. So let's save it. So we saved it now. It's time to make this into a game version. So, our last step. And we can put this into the game later and just try it out. And if it doesn't work, normally it should work just putting some leaves into the game, even if it makes no sense at all. But if we put some leaves into the game, it just looks better. So I don't have to care too much if it's realistic. So yeah, I know it's not realistic. I went through nature today and just looked at what can I see, and the most thing that you pick up in nature is a lot of trees, naturally, then a lot of branches just on your feet, a lot of old leaves. Even now in the summer, you find a lot of leaves that fall down and just rot. But this is not the stuff you have in the game. And there's obviously some dirt and yeah, also nothing that we can put into the game. And then you have all these bushes and kind of plants that grow there. These are the important inspiring things. And we are also going to have some, you see, I also picked up some branches from some other plants that were I just randomly drawing. And the plan is, if we don't use these leaves in the game, let's just first make a drawing with them. But if we don't use them in the game, we can create bushes with them. So yeah, that would also be nice. Yeah, okay. It's now complaining because it's coming from iOS. Understandably. Because iOS has their own format. Okay, now we are going to do the same thing with every leaf. Okay, I think this is fine for the first selection. Now let's get rid of all the smaller parts. Yeah, also picked that we don't need. Okay, let's filter out the last parts by extending. Okay, this one we have to do by hand. Now make it smaller again. Fortunately, we will lose the information about the hair here. His hair will unfortunately get lost, but whatever. It will not be visible in game anyway, because in game this leaf will be like this big. Speaking of size, this is too big. Yeah, this is. Oh no, we lost our selection. Okay, let's first delete the outer part. That's not the outer part. That's the outer part, and make the photo a little bit smaller. Then let's apply first this gallery effect. This one. So we can edit later with our drawing. Make the color the layers for light and dark. And now we are going to give this a nice little outline. Okay, and we also see what kind of pixels we did not delete that we actually don't want to see. Okay, there's this little pixel that I want to delete. Okay, and now we need our template here. Actually, I don't want to use the Photoshop version of this every time. I have this as a PNG, and I could accidentally delete the Photoshop version. I don't want that, so I'm going to open the PNG version here, so I don't mess around with my Photoshop data, which I have there also always for security reason. So let's insert the leaf. Yep, just at the top for our color selection. And let's start by drawing outlines. So the outlines make this actually look like it's drawn. Now I don't have to be too precise with the outlines. Okay, now I'm going to use my base color. Now I have my base color applied. I also want this to have an outline by itself. Or maybe this should have an inner outline, because I think at the edges this this looks edgy. This is weird. Okay, that's much better. Oh god, this advertisement is really not good. Let me go and search the playlist on YouTube right now, because I'm not going to listen to this kind of advertisement again. It's too annoying, sorry. I looked up this cool guy, and he says this music is copyright free, but he uses some covers, so probably going to get a copyright claim there. But there's only one way to find out. So I'm googling right now. Here on YouTube. Kumu playlist, maybe? Okay. Can you... Thank you, YouTube. Can you please not make this too loud? Well, this is definitely copyrighted. Just have to bet that Nintendo doesn't strike this. Usually Nintendo is very lax with that. But lawyers are not lax. Okay, let's start to add more detail. And let's try to be fast. Speed drawing. Okay, now for the like parts, let's start with applying the white shader. Oh, I think I need to redraw the dark part again. Messed it up. But this doesn't take so much time, so we can just start again. It will not take us too many minutes, maybe 1 minute last there. That's nothing compared to how long I need to program on just having the character jump up or down. This literally can take days to make it right. Now you may be wondering, hey, are you serious? Taking days just to have the right jump function on your character? Are you a noob or are you bad at programming? No, but in the end you have to factor in so many things and learn things. And if you start, I'm saying if you start with no knowledge about how to do it, you have to watch tutorials and learn how to code. Okay, now I learned code, but even then, when you learn how to code and know what you're doing, then you want to do special things, and you don't want the character just to jump. You don't want your character to get stuck on things. You don't want your character to have too much air control, or maybe you want to. What if you want to change your direction? What if somebody attacks you in the air? What if some enemy tries to push you? What if you run into an enemy? You have to really think of so many things, and you can say, okay, I use the Unity physics engine. It will take care of that, and that's a nice approach because that's exactly what it is for. But you will still run into problems. And you have to make your imports. What if you want to export to Nintendo? What if you want to export to Android? What if you want to do both at once? You have to calculate your game so that you can actually have this as an input. So this is where so much time is spent. For some reason the shadow, the outer shadow is too small. What's wrong with this? Something's wrong. Ah, I know. I need to apply this. Okay, this effect is not right on this layer. Need to copy it and also apply it to the layer underneath. Yeah, that's much better. I like this more than this. Let's apply some filters here. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, now I got it. Okay, I like this leaf now. I think the outlines are a little bit thick though. So let's reduce the outlines and call it a day. Okay. What we also can do is add the stalk. The stalk has to have another color. I think it was some kind of brownish. Okay, I don't think anybody will notice this, but whatever. The stalk has a realistic color. That's nice. Come on. See these details that nobody will notice. Is this number 2? No, this is number 3. What? Okay, number 3. Here we go. So we saved this. Now we're going to make this a placeable doodad by applying some erasing. And here we go. Now it's 20 past 0 AM in Germany. So now let's see how long we take for the next vegetation. I bet it will take 2 minutes. That's absolutely realistic. Come on, 2 minutes, here we go. Okay, we can't open the wrong window here. But we will do this in record time. And after that we will win the Olympic Games for leaf editing. Okay, we all nearly have the leaf. No. Yes, that's nice. Okay, we got this. We got this. Now get rid of the shadows. Okay, let's try to get rid of the last selection errors. Okay. Oh, there's still some selection errors left. Can't have that. Need to do it by hand. Oh, way more than I thought. Oh no, this is taking way too long. Way too long. What I said, 20 minutes. It will take 20 minutes to do this. This will be record time. I promise that. And with the knowledge out of this process, we will become pros in making Doodads in record time. No, select a little bit of blue there. Maybe I can just subtract the green part. Is this possible? Oh yes! Actually working. Okay, now I only have to take care of these shadows. Come on. Oh, that was... oh no, that was the wrong mode. Yeah. Try to filter out all the small gaps. Didn't do it. Come on for Photoshop. Don't you know we are going for a world record here? Okay. Now let's set the dimensions. Set size. Put this into the art gallery. Or save it. So this is number 4. And I actually just planned for 5. So we are just there. Just nearly there. This is really fast. We just have to believe. Now, actually it saved our old filter gallery settings. So we are actually much faster now. So Photoshop is helping us. Okay, setting up the filter here. Duplicate by Control J. Make a new group. Drawing. Above that there will be the outlines. Inside of this there's the base color, shader light, and the shader dark. This is the base color. Come on, big B. Or base. Okay. Now what we want is we want this effect here. Want to copy it. Don't want this to be on this original. And insert it for the group. Don't apply it yet. Now we select the surroundings here. And now we need our leaf particle, which is as usual, our template for our colors. Okay, let's get rid of all the little points in there. Okay, and let's start drawing. First we are going to draw the outlines. Going to take the drawing pen. Don't have to put in too much effort. Going for speed draw. Okay, now let's make the layers. Fill the layers. Let's look at the original first for some inspiration. So this leaf is very flat. So don't overdo it with the shadows. Oh, what am I drawing on? Wrong layer. Whoopsie. Now go for the light. And as I said, we don't want to apply that much of light and darkness here, because this leaf should be a little bit more flat. So let's leave it like that. Oh yeah. And now we're just going to apply our stylized real leaf on top of that. Just for the final touch. Get over it a little bit. I think that's... yeah, that's fine. Well, got another idea. Let's apply a filter. I'm a little bit irritated by it is also applying the filter to this leaf here. It shouldn't. Not on the same layer. It's also applying it to the layer beneath. Which is weird. Only want to do this with this one layer here. That's weird. Well, on the other side, we don't really have to care too much. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, let's go for this. I like it. Okay. The outer layers are a little bit, the outlines are a little bit too strong. Let's tune them down. I don't have control over them. What the? That's weird. What's happening here? Oh, it's... oh, yeah, okay. It's this layer. Now I got it. Let's put this to 5. That's 2. No, I said 5. Okay. 5 seems to be nice. put this to 2. And we're done. This is a beautiful in-game leaf. Yeah, vegetation 4. We're done. We've done it. Make it. Now let's make a PNG. And this time we can go for 2 versions. No, I will only go for 1 version. It's not worth it to go for 2. Let's save this. It's a PNG. And as you can see, I said we started at 20 past 12. Now we have 37, and I really said let's do this in 20 minutes, and we are under 20 minutes. So we did this in record time. So after this lection, every time we do this, we will become one step closer to being master developers. And after that, we can win all the prizes. So this time I'm trying to filter out the actual green. I think that's working a little bit better than trying to filter out blue. Because when I'm trying to filter out the blue parts, I always have problems with the shadows here. Now the photos that I took are not optimal, to be honest. Yeah. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, this might be tough. This might be tough. It's a lot of parts that have been destroyed, have been undetected. So what do we do here? Let's not just give up and say, yeah, okay, nothing can be done. There can be something done. Let's first try to eradicate all these wonky small parts here that we don't need. I think this music is a little bit better than what I usually hear. At least more variation, but it's a little bit loud for me. So I'm tuning it down. Okay. Now let's make a new layer. Whoopsie. And call this layer Voink. Will be the base color. Let's be a little bit more clever this time. And give the base layer our filters. Oh, we are still in the wrong size. And let's save this. Now we might run into problems this time, because this one is a little bit harder to edit. But maybe, just maybe, we can do it. Okay, we have a nice little outline here. So this is a good start. We have a starting point. Now let's apply our filter here. Oh, this time it really doesn't like what we are doing. So, but it doesn't matter. We won't give in. Now this time, holy, it will be so hard. Can I maybe just cheat this? Ooh, I can, kind of. This is actually a very interesting sheet. Let's maybe just apply a mask here. Try to. Come on, give me more shadows. Need better shadows. No. I mean, does this look a little bit like somebody just edited a photo? Yes. Will I use it? Yes, absolutely. So, I think if we put it like this. No, this is too white. Just doesn't match the original. Okay. Still satisfied. just looks a little bit too realistic now. I think that I like this the color scheme. Now, I do need to filter out a little bit of the details because it's too detailed for the style that we are going for. It's maybe a little bit too much. I think you can detect a little bit that this is a photo. Yeah, you can detect that. Let's just go for a little bit and call it a day. So today we are just cheating. But hey, why not? Sometimes cheating is fun. Well, if there's nobody who says you can't, we are not in school today, so who cares? And let's try out if this is actually working in the game, because I'm not 100% convinced. Let's go to the test level here and drag in this doodad. Doodad. And yeah, it kind of looks different than the others. But hey, come on. Okay, let's put them in the foreground. And reduce their size accordingly. Yeah, and I think at this size, you actually don't really see the difference too much. This one would have to be this size. You could put it a little bit in the background, maybe make it a little bit darker. Let's just put them all together and look, and let's take a look what happens. If you just try to randomly put them together. Okay, now we see a little bit what works and what doesn't. So I think more details are working less. These leaves here, they are working well. This here is not working so well because it has too many details. Too many details is not going to work for us. I think this leaf here is maybe the exception. This one just looks good. It's just looking good. So I think these leaves here are the best right now because I can confidently put them here. This one, not so much. This one would more be placed in the background. This one is also nice. This one is more for the background. And this, not here. Actually, this one will be the biggest. And you see if it's bigger, ooh, it's not good. Ooh, not at all. So we need to decrease the outline of this. And also kind of try. It looks different here in the editor than in game for some reason. In the editor it looks much brighter. And also looks like it has less outline. I think it is because the background here is lying to us because the transparency is fooling us a little bit. So what can we do? We can only try to apply more gallery filters. Doing this is going to take too long. It's going to take way too long. So we can apply another filter, maybe aquarelle. Not so much. Unfortunately, the filters that we can use don't help us so much. Can try to do it like this. Then maybe move it a lot. Is this an improvement? Yeah, it looks a little bit more than it was, but not a lot. Not a lot. So let's make a background. Put the background in the back. And there's something weird about how the outlines are displayed. Are they really black? Yeah. Let's reduce the outlines a little bit more. because this one will be bigger. And let's try to draw. It's no use. Or we could try to change the base color. Not doing anything. Yep. I guess we don't have a choice. We have to draw a little bit. Let's just make one shader this time. And let's start. No time to lose. Put this to 20 because it will be a little bit tedious. Yeah, it looks more like a drawing already. So in the end, you need to draw just a little bit. Let's make a little bit of like the top of the leaves. Just a little bit of happiness. And I mean, now it looks so much nicer. I mean, look at this without the shader and with, it just looks so much nicer. So sometimes you can't save too much time. Got to learn that. Let's overwrite this in Unity. And let's see. Yeah, this looks now much more like we can put this in the game. Now, you might guess that this is actually a photo, or was a photo, but it's obfuscated very well. I'm way more happy now. And yeah. This looks better. So I still have to work with the camera a little bit, just like as I see in OBS right now. It's looking like I'm a little bit too close. How do we fix this? You can fix this by calling it a day. It's 1 AM. It has been a short stream today, but tomorrow I will definitely stream longer if I can get my ass up. But yeah, I was doing a lot for the stream today, yesterday too, so I don't think that's a real problem. And having to come up with these ideas actually is worth it. Yeah, so sometimes it's good to take a short thinking break, short timeout, just to come up with new ideas. And I will be starting streaming tomorrow again, and I will do all the other drawings in record time. See you tomorrow then. Bye bye.